Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine and this is part of my imagination. Today I'm going to be doing my April wrap-up, as you can tell from the title. Why do we do intros like that? Like, that's what titles and thumbnails are for. Anyways, let's just get into it. For the month of April, I did read 15 books. That was a total of 5,780 pages. Honestly, can we talk about how I love... I love tracking my page count. I think I'm one of the only people that does it. And I just feel so... Sorry, I just had to crack my knuckles. But anyways, I just feel so good when I see my page count more than I do saying, like, I read 15 books this month. Because, like, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's just get into the book review or book wrap-up. Y'all know what I mean. First book that I read was Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is the second in the Red Rising trilogy. Gave it 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. I'm always going to rate this book 5 stars because, like, this is my heart and soul. I love it. If you don't know what Red Rising is, please go look at my TBR, my last month wrap up. Like, maybe I should just do a video of, like, Red Rising. Like, why you should read Red Rising. My favorite series of all time. Anyways, yes. I love this book. I was reading it with Princess over at Castle Library. I know that she didn't get all the way through with it, but I just loved reading it with somebody else and, like, forcing Red Rising on someone else. I'm just like, you gotta read it. And thank God she's actually loving it, and I just like seeing other people's opinions on characters that I love or I don't like and things like that. But yes, this book was absolutely fabulous. The next book that I picked up was A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. This is the second book in the Game of Thrones series. I'm not going to tell you what it's about because, like, it's Game of Thrones. Regardless if you've read it or seen the series, or if you have done neither, you know what Game of Thrones is about. Set in back in the old days. It's a heist fantasy. I think I gave it 5 stars because, like, I feel like I'm already tainted by watching the show. So, like, I love the book anyways. There were slight differences between the show and the book. I love both of them, actually. I feel like either one of them would have worked. If they used what was in the book in the show, it still would have worked. Absolutely fabulous. Yeah, so I'm not going to tell you what this is about. The next book that I picked up was Gemina by Kristoff and Amie Kaufman. I gave this book 5 stars. It's such a good reading month for me, like, honestly. 5 stars. This is the second in the Lemony Files series. I almost thought that I wasn't going to enjoy this book, like, this close. Like, alright, maybe just a little bit. So it started off, obviously the first book ends on a part that I was like, damn, that's a cliffhanger. So when I picked this up, I was thinking, like, you know, a normal person, the next book is going to pick up where the last book picked off. It did not. And that kind of threw me for a curve. It, like, completely introduced two... Well, more than... It introduced another ship, basically. Lemony Files is about one ship. This one is about another ship. And for whatever reason, I can't remember the names of them. So, yeah. It starts off introducing the entire other new ship. And the main characters for that ship. So, at first I was like, huh? What's going on? And then I got, like, halfway through, maybe a little more than halfway through, I got to see the old characters. And... oh my god. The ending. Oh, it, like, tore me. I, like, wanted to throw it down and then pick it back up and, like, oh, this was such a good book. I will honestly read anything Kristoff and Amie Kaufman, whether it's combined or separated. I love this. You guys should definitely pick this book up, or the series. I have the third one. I won't pick it up in May because I already have my TBR set, but I might pick it up in June. We'll see. Alright, the next book that I picked up was A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. I did finish book 2 all the way to book 13. In And I literally just did like a whole like, oh, I didn't even rant, I talked about it, but my watch decided to like zoom out, so now I gotta re-record what I said. Anyways, reading this book you have to take with a grain of salt, or I should say series. If you've never read this, I'm not going to recommend this to you. I don't recommend you to read it. As a person that has read this series before, you know what I'm talking about. And I feel like now, as 27, I need to take myself... I can't rate this book like I would rate a young adult. Not even a young adult, but like... I can't rate this book how I'd rate another book, because this is a middle grade. This is not for me. And this was also written in 2006. Like... And this is the last one. So the ones prior to that came out in like the early 2000s. So I have to rate it how I would have rated it back then. And I would have loved it. I honestly would have loved this series. I did love this series. That's why I have it. That's why I reread it, for nostalgic reasons. But we all know past book 1 to 5, the books are super repetitive. Like, constantly repetitive. You know they're gonna go somewhere else. You know their family's gonna die, or their guardian's gonna die. Count Olaf is going to like find a way to find them, and the story doesn't start actually like moving along in this way where you're like, okay, well, why the hell does he keep finding them? And you know, like, when is Mr. Poe gonna get his head out of his ass? Like, that doesn't start happening until book 6, 7. And Mr. Poe never gets his head out of his ass, just so you're wondering. But yeah, I would not recommend this. Like, this is a book to maybe, like, your kids are, you know, just younger kids. Like, this is for a middle grade. This is exactly what it's for. But I loved it. I still loved it. Even though the parts were repetitive, I feel like when I was reading it, I took my 27-year-old out of the picture and enjoyed it for what it was. And that's just like what it is, honestly. Alright, and the last book that I didn't finish, was Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Renegade series. I didn't finish it. I think I have like 70 pages left. And I was going to cheat and just read it in May and then record my wrap up and be like, I totally finished it, but I didn't. I plan on finishing it at the end of June. Sailor Moonathon is going on right now, and I just didn't. I have a ton of other books on my TBR for that I didn't want to just not waste, but I'm such a slow reader when it comes to actually reading physical books. So 70 pages would have taken me 2 hours, when that 2 hours could have been invested into my Sailor Moonathon TBR. So that's why I didn't pick it up. But as right now, I think I'm going to give it 4 stars, honestly. I kind of see where it's going. I really am enjoying it, honestly. Like, I love the first one. I'm loving the second one. First one ended off on a cliffhanger, and then it kind of like it didn't start with that cliffhanger. It kind of just like went into another scenes and stuff like that. But I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I just want to come in here and say, like, yeah, I basically finished it, but I just didn't finish it. Yeah. Alright, and that's the end of this wrap up. I will have all the books down in the description box below if you're interested in it. Did I even really give good reviews? I don't know. This isn't a review video. This is a wrap up. Literally, this is like me saying, hey, I completely finished my TBR. And that's pretty much it. That's what these videos are for. But I do plan on doing a review. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm going to do a not Golden Sun, but a Red Rising video and just say, my favorite series of all time, please come and read it. And that's basically it. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're just here, like, you know, watching my videos, but you're not actually subscribed. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to. If you didn't like this video, or you didn't like what I said about any of these books, let me know down in the comments. I'm not going to care, but let me know anyways.